Go ahead.
Sorry, but on questions that you should be able to answer here that shouldn't have to go to any other agency or entity, can you tell us if there's any sort of assessment that has been planned or launched to determine if national security has been jeopardized at all?
Moving into our second segment here, we have Jacqui Heinrich of Fox News, the one that we love here at the Bald Brad Show, other than Peter Doocy and Philip Wegman. She does an awesome job here of finally getting called on. It's been a week. It's been a week since Fox has been called on. So finally she gets her questions at least somewhat answered. And by somewhat answered, I just mean Karine Jean-Pierre just opening her mouth and a bunch of things are coming out. But hell, you got to give her props for at least trying here of getting her questions answered. So she follow-ups here, very similar to what we saw from Wei Jingjing of CBS News regarding these classified documents. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Since so many of our questions have been referred to the DOJ and to the White House counsel's office, I'm sure you can understand that we're in sort of information blackout where DOJ refers us to the special counsel. They're not holding any briefings. White House counsel refers us to DOJ. So if you are not able to talk about this from the podium, would you invite a DOJ official to take our questions here? To the briefing?
No, you would have to go to the Department of Justice. That is not, this is a legal matter that is currently happening at the Department of Justice. And the president has been very, very clear when it comes to these types of legal matters, when it comes to investigations, he's not going to interfere. He wants to make sure that we give back the independence that the Department of Justice should have when it comes to these types of investigations. So certainly would not be bringing them here. So I would refer to the Department.
Just a question, you guys, before we continue with Jacqui Heinrich here, not to interrupt her, but if you're calling the DOJ on the phone to get your questions answered, how is that any different, really, than them standing on that podium doing the same thing? I mean, and that could be an argument for Karine Jean-Pierre as well, but the difference is this, you guys. One is in public for the American people to see, like you and I, meaning on that podium, and the other one is behind closed doors where we don't know what's being said other than us actually doing some mega research here and trying to find the breadcrumbs that are embedded with an article from NBC, Fox, CBS, CNN, and all these people. So we want to see them on the podium so that we can actually see as an American public what's really happening here, and it's transparent for all of us to see. So it's a great question by Jacqui, and other people have asked this very similar question. Can somebody just get on the podium and answer our questions? Well, we're not going to do that. We want them to be independent. But you can still revert to them and talk to them. Do you understand my logic here? Let me know in the comments below if I'm being clear on this, of them being on a phone and the podium is just a matter of distance. So get them on the podium so we can all see what's going on. So we'll see that kind of hashed out with Peter Alexander of NBC News a little bit later.
Department of Justice. I was just very clear. If you have any questions, I would refer you to the White House counsel's office. They did a call for 45 minutes yesterday, speaking to many of you. I believe there were more than 200 people on that call. And so I would refer you to my colleagues at the White House counsel's office.
If you have 200 people on a phone call, especially White House correspondents and reporters, do you think 45 minutes is enough time? God, you're just really breaking your back to offer them all that time, really? After weeks of this crap where they haven't got any other questions answered. That's why they're in that room asking you the same questions, Karine, because they haven't been getting them answered. Or you're just not even asking, or not even calling on them to give a question like you do with Fox News for an entire week. So we continue here. We'll continue. And you see how hard they're working here. You'll see how hard Jacqui Heinrich and everybody else and Peter Alexander after are working so hard to push back on what's going on from the White House here with the lack of information and communication that's going on behind the scenes.
We're just not getting a lot of questions.
Go ahead.
Sorry, but on questions that you should be able to answer here that shouldn't have to go to any other agency or entity, can you tell us if there's any sort of assessment that has been planned or launched to determine if national security has been jeopardized at all?
Again, that's for the Department of Justice.
Why is it a DOJ question?
And let's be clear, it's not your decision to make on what I can or can't answer from here. What I'm telling you is that we are respecting the process. We are being prudent from here. There is an investigation currently happening. And when there are investigations that are happening that the DOJ is currently reviewing or looking at, we have been very consistent to say that you need to go to the Department of Justice.
Are they working with NSC or with any other intelligence
Again,
agency?
I would refer you.
It's
It's very clear. I just laid out. There should be no confusion here. There is a legal process happening, and I would refer you to the Department of Justice. Okay. Go ahead.
I'm confused too. I'm right there with you, Jacqui. I'm confused as well. Hand to God. I'm not just saying that because I'm a fan of yours and everything like that. I mean, I have the episodes to prove it. We're all confused here. We don't know what the hell's going on. And you got to love it. So if you notice, you had CBS News kick it off with asking a roundabout question that was just about documents and the process in general. It wasn't about anything specific to the investigation, just about the process. She's like, we can't answer that question, right? To be clear, you can't answer any questions about this, anything remotely like it. She's like, nope, can't do it. So then you have Jacqui Heinrich follow up here going like, okay, well, is there anybody literally out there in the ether, the world, that can answer anything remotely about processes or how things actually work so that we can understand how things work, because you're not answering us about how things work? Nope, can't do it. And by the way, you can't tell me what to answer or not do. Oh, shut up, lady. She's so, if you notice, and again, I am biased because I really enjoy Jacqui. I really enjoy Peter and Philip Wegman. So when they're kind of mean to them, it really irks me. It's like when somebody's disrespectful to your family member or to your friend, even though I've never met these people, folks. I don't even know them. But for some reason, she is so mean to Jacqui Heinrich, and I don't know why. I don't know if there's beef behind the scenes. And I'm not trying to create beef. It's just something that I've seen as a third-party viewer that covers this all the time. She is, and I can't cuss here on YouTube, but she is a B to Jacqui Heinrich, and I don't know why, because Jacqui is so sweet and nice to her, which is amazing professionalism coming from Jackie's part, because normally if somebody's mean and disrespectful to you, you give it back. But so kudos to CBS and Fox so far. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.